So I'm going to talk you guys through the top 3 milestones that happened within my first 6 months at Crabtree. So the first thing that we needed to do was get a real deep understanding of our new target consumer, the 28-year-old urban millennial. Like most people in the beauty industry, this demographic is incredibly important to understand. So my first business trip with Crabtree, I hopped on a plane and with a bunch of members of the leadership team, we headed off to China. And it was a very, very trying and tumultuous trip. It started off with me losing my luggage and wearing a brand new coworker's dress, I think for 3 or 4 days in a row until my suitcase showed up. It was definitely an initiation period, but it was also really awesome because we got to go inside the homes of Chinese urban millennials. I remember going right outside Beijing and with a translator just going in and sitting with 28-year-old Chinese women and watching them in their bathroom go through their morning and nighttime skincare routine and talking to them about how they live, what they're passionate about, how they like to travel, how they find out about beauty products. From there, I went to Shanghai and had dinner with a bunch of 28-year-old millennials. I did the same thing in Singapore. And we also enlisted the help of a research firm who did the same activity, but in many different cities around the globe. And we came back with a huge data set on, who are these people? What are they looking for? Have they ever heard of Crabtree and Evelyn? If they have, what did they like about it? What did they not like about it? So net, we found out that the people that we want to shop from us definitely are not interested in what we were currently offering them unless it was a gift for an older generation. So it gave us a lot of information on how to move forward with developing the rebrand. The second thing we had to do was rationalize the product portfolio. And when I looked at our current offering, we had 450 SKUs, pretty much all the same formula with different fragrances. And when we looked at sales versus SKU, it turns out that outside of Gardener's hand cream, we sold about nothing of all of these other 449 SKUs. So we have a very loyal customer base that has been with Crabtree from the very beginning. And people have fallen in love with iconic products throughout the years. And unfortunately, although a product may be beloved by someone, it wasn't making any money. We were losing money hand over fist on all of these different SKUs that we were hanging on to because we thought that people loved them. And we hear people voice on social media and a lot through email and letters, their unhappiness with us getting rid of certain SKUs. But the reality of our business was that no one was buying them. I think there was a nostalgia and an attachment to them, but no one was actually purchasing them enough to sustain where we were going. So I had to make a decision to get rid of most of them and keep the top 50 best selling, and we renamed them Cult Collection, and then reestablished our core range of products, reinventing Evelyn Rose, a new range called Crabtree, and then a new take on the Gardeners. And I'll get into the development of those ranges and what the inspiration was for them and sort of the offering within each one of those collections a little bit later in the Docuseries. The third and I think most pivotal milestone that took place in my first few months with the business was the writing of my screed, as my boss and our CEO David likes to call it. I kept asking myself, who are we? What do we stand for? Everywhere you turned in at the office in Woodstock or the office in London, there was our founder's tagline everywhere: explore everything, keep the best. And I kept asking myself, what the hell are we exploring? And what are we keeping the best of? We weren't authentically exploring anything. We were just throwing a new fragrance in the same formula time and time again. And we weren't keeping the best of anything. We were keeping everything that had been on the shelves over the last 30 or 40 years because we thought that people liked them a lot. So I posted up one night in front of my laptop and I just sort of poured my heart out about what I thought that this brand could stand for. And it really always went back to our founder, Cy Harvey. It went back to his passion for exposure to cultures and using products sort of as a souvenir from these trips. And the thing that I wanted to do differently was I wanted us to be those explorers, and I wanted to, cut the bullshit out and not say that, oh, we've discovered this beautiful flower in this far off land and put it in your body lotion. The collections that you're gonna see us come out with in the future are us actually getting on a plane and getting lost and finding really cool stuff to bring back to you guys, the way that Cy used to do it when he used to, go to France and discover new films and then bring them back to Boston and expose this local culture to what he found and to the art forms of another country. So I locked the brand team that we were at the time into a hotel room in London for 3 days. We used the screed as our platform for our conversations about the brand DNA. But we walked out of that room and we were all really, really excited. I think for the first time since I had been there, everyone felt like, okay, this is cool. This idea is cool. It feels very true to who we were and who we should be, and it feels very true to a modern interpretation of what maybe Cy would have done if he was still around today. And everyone was really, really stoked and excited to move forward. It felt like we had some inspiration for the first time. So, we definitely can't wait to show you these exploration inspired things that we have done. They will be coming in fall of 2020. And in the meantime, we will continue to take you on the journey of how we developed the ranges behind us.